This is basically the 19th century version of Twitter, or I should say X. In any case, I'm reading The Domestic Manners of the Americans by Frances Trollope each day and giving you the highlights, and I have to imagine that if Frances Trollope were alive today, she'd have a huge following on social media. She traveled across America around 1830, leaving her comments in a best-selling book. Check out 7 of her most barbed insults that I have to imagine are worthy of any of the internet's most toxic comment sections. And please, don't kill the messenger. When describing frontier women who lived so far outside of society they rarely saw anyone outside their family for weeks, she said, "It is rare to see a woman in this station who has reached the age of 30 without losing every trace of youth and beauty." Ouch. When describing the general vibe of America, she said, "I never saw a population so divested of gaiety." On the city of Buffalo, she said, "Of all the 1,001 towns I saw in America, I think Buffalo was the queerest looking." On the women of America, she said 2 things. One was, "The women are doggedly steadfast in their will, and till matters are settled, look like hedgehogs with every quill raised and firmly set, as if to forbid the approach of anyone who might wish to rub them down." And she also said, "The ladies have a strange way of adding to their charms. They powder themselves immoderately, face, neck, and arms with pulverized starch. The effect is indescribably disagreeable by daylight and not very favorable anytime." On the American accent, she said, "I very seldom during my whole stay in the country heard a sentence elegantly turned and correctly pronounced from the lips of an American. There is always something either in the expression or the accent that jars the feelings and shocks the taste." And finally, on the Americans' ability to take criticism, she said, "Other nations have been called thin-skinned, but the citizens of the Union have apparently no skins at all. They wince if a breeze blows over them, unless it is tempered with adulation." Now, these are some of the reasons that Americans were not a big fan of this book, but it was a huge hit over in England. And that's it for this series. I'll be starting another book soon. I hope you all stick around to find out what that is.